Yo, the internet is on fire right now. And if you thought the Drake drama was wild, you haven't seen anything yet. Word on the street, and by street, we mean every shady DM, backstage whisper, and underground producer chat, is that Kendrick Lamar and baby Keem have been secretly cooking up a diss track aimed straight at Drake, and the track has allegedly just been found. Fans are shook, emotions are running high, and the music world is buzzing like never before. People are saying this is the most shocking beef of 2026, and honestly, it might just shake the entire rap scene to its core. According to insiders, this isn't just a few bars thrown together. It's a full-blown, meticulously crafted track with verses that reportedly call out Drake's credibility, his legacy, and even some behind-the-scenes studio drama that no one knew existed. Sources say the track was recorded months ago, in complete secrecy, only shared with a handful of trusted engineers and producers. And somehow, it slipped. The leak has fans dissecting every second of audio, looking for subliminal shots, hidden punches, and possibly even lines that could spark a full-blown rap war. Emotions ran high when snippets started circulating online. Social media exploded with reactions ranging from disbelief to pure hype. Fans are debating, theorizing, and even creating countdown threads for the full release. Some are defending Drake, some are hyped for Kendrick and Keem's bold move, and others are just here for the chaos. One insider allegedly said, "This track, it's insane. Kendrick and Keem didn't hold back. If Drake hears this, it's going to be personal." The family was left divided, the industry is buzzing, and the entire fanbase is on edge. Buckle up, because what comes next might change the game completely. The chaos started quietly, with only a few whispers floating through the underground rap community. According to sources close to the studio, Kendrick and baby Keem had been working on a secret project months ago, and nobody outside their inner circle had any idea what it was. Fans initially thought it was a collaborative track for an album, but insiders claim that the energy in the studio suggested something very different, something personal, raw, and potentially explosive. One anonymous producer told us, "You could feel the tension. Kendrick was pacing, writing bars, throwing ideas on the board. Keem was in the corner nodding, but there was this intensity. It wasn't normal. This wasn't just music. This was a message." The first leaks allegedly surfaced on obscure forums, where snippets of verses began to appear in text form before any audio had hit the internet. People who claim to have heard the tracks describe lyrics that are bold, unfiltered, and aimed squarely at Drake's legacy. Some lines reportedly reference studio conflicts, missed collaborations, and personal grievances that fans never knew existed. Social media quickly caught wind of the leaks, and by the next morning, the clips had spread to TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Fans were dissecting every word, replaying the snippets over and over, trying to decipher subliminal references. "The internet went crazy," said an insider. Fans were arguing over what was real, what was exaggerated, and what was straight-up personal. Some thought it was a publicity stunt. Others swore it was the realest thing they'd ever heard. Allegedly, the leak didn't sit well with Drake's inner circle. Sources claim that close friends and collaborators were frantically reaching out to find the source, worried that the track might be more than just a diss. It could potentially spark a feud that would dominate headlines for weeks, if not months. One insider revealed, emotions ran high. People were upset, shocked, and confused. Drake's team was calling lawyers, managers, and even other artists to assess the damage. It was chaos behind the scenes. Fans online were live streaming every rumor, every alleged lyric, and every reaction video, creating a frenzy that made it impossible to separate fact from speculation. According to insiders, Kendrick and Keem were not acting alone in this. Engineers, sound designers, and even a few label executives allegedly knew about the track, but they were sworn to secrecy. "This was a vault-level secret," one producer claimed. "Everybody involved had to sign NDAs. There was no room for mistakes. One leak, one wrong message, and it could have blown up in ways nobody was ready for," which, ironically, is exactly what happened. Fans online were dissecting studio photos, trying to find clues, and even comparing old lyrics to detect subliminal shots aimed at Drake. The speculation became a full-blown obsession, and hashtags like #DrakeDissFound began trending globally. The emotional stakes were reportedly sky-high. Sources claim that inside the studio, Kendrick and baby Keem were fully aware of the risk. They knew that if Drake heard the track before the official release, or if it got out prematurely, it could lead to a public feud. Kendrick was calm, but there was fire in his eyes, one insider revealed. Keem was intense, pacing back and forth, reviewing lyrics, making sure every punch landed. This wasn't just about music. It was about legacy, respect, and settling old scores. Fans online began creating reaction videos and breakdowns, claiming they could already hear the tension in the tone and cadence of the leaked snippets. Some fans even suggested that the diss might be personal enough to shift the balance in the rap game entirely. The drama reportedly escalated when the leaked snippets began circulating among mutual collaborators. Sources allege that some artists who had previously worked with Drake were hearing the track and reacting with shock. People were calling each other, whispering, saying things like, "Did you hear this? Is Kendrick really going there?" An insider said. Some were laughing, some were horrified. Emotions ran high. The tension in the industry was palpable. Fans online began speculating about which collaborators might be indirectly referenced in the track, fueling a wildfire of theories, memes, and fan debates. Allegedly, the leak also sparked internal conflict between Kendrick and Keem themselves. While publicly united, sources claim there were private disagreements about how much of the track should be released and whether it should stay secret longer. One insider revealed Keem wanted to release more teasers. Kendrick was more cautious. There were moments when it seemed like the whole thing could blow up prematurely, and both of them had to reel each other in. Fans quickly noticed social media posts that seemed cryptic, images of studio notebooks, screenshots of messages, and ambiguous captions, and speculated whether these were subtle hints about the disagreement behind the scenes. Sources also suggest that Drake's team began strategizing a response almost immediately. According to insiders, lawyers, managers, and PR teams were convening to decide whether to respond publicly, counter with music, or try to quietly contain the leak. The fear was that if Drake reacted too soon, it would validate the diss, one insider explained. If he stayed silent, it might appear weak. It was a no-win situation in some ways. Fans online were debating endlessly. Some called for Drake to strike back with a diss track of his own, others urged him to ignore it and let the hype die down. Every reaction video, every meme, every discussion thread amplified the drama, creating an atmosphere that felt more like reality TV than music news. The alleged diss track reportedly contains references to studio sessions, unreleased verses, and personal anecdotes that only someone deeply embedded in the industry could know. Sources say that some of the bars allegedly target Drake's creative decisions, collaborations, and even perceived slights against other artists. "It's subtle but cutting," one producer claimed. "Every line is loaded. The people who know the background instantly recognize what's being said. The people who don't hear it at face value think it's just clever wordplay. But insiders know it's personal." Fans dissected every line in YouTube reaction videos, creating timelines of rumored events and even comparing the lyrics to Drake's recent public statements to find connections. The emotional fallout reportedly didn't stop at industry reactions. Insiders claim that fans themselves became divided. Some took Kendrick and Keem's side, applauding their boldness and lyrical skill. Others defended Drake, claiming he didn't deserve this kind of attack. The fanbase was split down the middle, one source said. Arguments, memes, and hashtags were flying across social media. People were heated. Every mention of the track generated debate, and it wasn't just casual fans, it was hardcore supporters, people who have been following every artist for years. Fans began creating polls, reaction threads, and even mini-documentaries analyzing the alleged diss track, turning the leak into a viral phenomenon overnight. Sources allege that during this time, Kendrick and baby Keem were quietly planning a controlled release, hoping to maximize impact while minimizing unnecessary fallout. They knew that if it dropped completely unannounced, it could overshadow everything else, an insider said. So they were strategizing, working out which snippets to tease, how to time social media posts, and how to keep the story alive without losing control. Fans speculated endlessly, analyzing every minor post or story for clues, and theories about secret collaborations, hidden subliminals, and the ultimate target of the lyrics became viral across all platforms. The tension reportedly reached a fever pitch when insiders claim that Drake's camp became aware that the full track could leak at any moment. According to sources, late-night phone calls, private meetings, and even emergency studio sessions were held to discuss potential damage control. Everyone was on edge, one insider revealed. There was this feeling that at any second the internet could explode with this track, and nobody could stop it. Fans online mirrored that anxiety, refreshing feeds, reacting to snippets, and debating whether Drake should respond immediately or let the storm pass. Even more drama allegedly unfolded when some close collaborators of Kendrick and Keem reportedly expressed concern over the track's content. Sources claim a few producers and engineers privately asked if certain verses should be toned down, fearing that the diss could escalate into a full-blown feud. Some were worried about industry relationships, contracts, and public image, one insider said. But Kendrick and Keem were adamant. They wanted the track to stay authentic and raw. Emotions ran high, and it wasn't easy to convince everyone to stay calm. Fans immediately speculated that some lyrics might have been deliberately held back, teasing that the full diss could be even more intense than the leaked snippets suggested. The alleged diss track reportedly also includes lines referencing Drake's recent public moments, business ventures, and collaborations, adding layers of intrigue that fans have been obsessing over for days. One source explained, "It's like the track was designed to hit every fan, every insider, and even the casual listener at once. It's precise, smart, and brutally honest. People are shocked at how much detail and context is packed into each verse." Fans online were combing through social media, interviews, and past lyrics to find connections, creating elaborate breakdowns and videos analyzing every subtle nuance. Insiders claim that even the potential for a response track from Drake added fuel to the fire. "Everyone was on edge," a source said. "If Drake responds, it could escalate into one of the biggest feuds in modern rap history. If he doesn't, Kendrick and Keem maintain control. The stakes couldn't be higher." Fans flooded platforms with predictions, memes, and reaction videos, arguing endlessly about what might happen next. Every snippet, every leaked verse, and every insider tidbit was dissected like evidence in a courtroom, turning the story into a full-blown cultural obsession. As the leak began spreading more widely, the heat in the industry reportedly skyrocketed. Sources claim that social media became a battlefield overnight, with reaction videos, memes, and speculation running rampant. Fans were dissecting every syllable, every cadence, every pause, looking for hidden shots at Drake. "It was insane," one insider said. "People were obsessed. The commentary, the breakdowns, the fan theories, it was nonstop. Everyone wanted to know exactly what Kendrick and Keem were really saying and whether Drake even knew about it yet." The frenzy reportedly reached levels unseen since classic rap beefs of the early 2000s, with hashtags like Drake Diss, Kendrick vs. Drake, and Keem Heat trending across all platforms. According to insiders, the leak triggered a whirlwind of emotional responses within Drake's circle. Some close collaborators were reportedly furious, claiming that Kendrick and Keem had crossed a line that shouldn't be crossed. People were talking about loyalty, respect, and the history in the game, one source revealed. There were heated conversations, texts flying back and forth, and even threats of confronting Kendrick directly. The team was split between staying calm and going all out with a response. Fans picked up on subtle social media posts, reading between the lines to interpret tension, loyalty conflicts, and potential hidden messages, sparking endless debate online. Insiders allege that Kendrick and Keem were fully aware of the storm they were causing. According to one source, they knew this track would leak eventually, and that's why they recorded it in absolute secrecy. Every detail was deliberate. The timing, the cadence, even the subtle nods to Drake's previous statements. It was calculated chaos. Allegedly, snippets were being teased strategically to fan speculation without revealing the full scope of the diss, keeping the internet on its toes. Fans began analyzing studio photos, social media captions, and cryptic emojis for clues, making the saga feel like a global scavenger hunt. The alleged diss reportedly didn't just touch on music, it was deeply personal. Sources claim that some lines referenced Drake's business moves, his collaborations, and even rumors that circulated about his relationships with other artists. It was sharp, it was cutting, and it left people talking, one insider said. Fans were shocked. Some thought it was too much. Others were hyped that Kendrick and Keem weren't holding back. The intensity of the lyrics reportedly caused heated debates among fans, with Twitter threads, TikTok videos, and YouTube reaction compilations exploding with commentary. Some argued that the track was genius, while others criticized it for going too far. Allegedly, the leak also led to internal disputes between Kendrick and Keem themselves. Sources claim there were moments of tension over how much of the track to reveal and whether certain lines were too inflammatory. Keem wanted to push everything out, one insider revealed. Kendrick was more cautious, making sure nothing would escalate unnecessarily. There were heated discussions, arguments even, but they ultimately decided to keep the track intact. They were committed to making their statement heard. Fans noticed cryptic posts, subtweets, and emojis that seemed to hint at disagreement, fueling speculation that even the artists themselves were navigating high-stakes drama behind the scenes. Meanwhile, Drake's camp reportedly began strategizing a multi-tiered response. Lawyers, publicists, and managers allegedly convened to assess whether a public statement, a diss track, or a complete media blackout would be the best move. The tension was palpable, one source said. Every move had consequences. Reacting too soon could escalate the situation. Staying silent could make Drake seem weak. It was a calculated game of strategy. Fans online immediately started debating what Drake should do, generating viral content that included polls, reaction videos, and meme threads, further fueling the drama. Insiders claim that the diss track also had a profound impact on collaborators who had previously worked with Drake. According to one source, some artists who were close to Drake were hearing the lyrics and getting nervous. They weren't sure if they should stay neutral, defend him, or just watch the drama unfold. Emotions ran high, and relationships were tested in ways nobody expected. Fans online picked up on every possible clue, trying to determine if featured artists or producers were being indirectly called out. Social media quickly became a hub of speculation, memes, and breakdown videos. Adding another layer of tension, sources allege that some of the leaked lyrics reference studio sessions, unreleased material, and personal conflicts only insiders would know. People in the know were shocked, one producer revealed. There were references to meetings, song ideas, and collaborations that nobody outside the inner circle should have known. Fans online immediately started piecing together a timeline, trying to decode what was real and what was just hype. Reaction videos flooded YouTube and TikTok, with creators claiming they could hear the shade in every line. Fans debated endlessly whether Kendrick and Keem were justified or crossing an unspoken line of respect in the rap community. The alleged diss track reportedly caused rifts among Kendrick and Keem's collaborators as well. Sources claim that engineers, producers, and studio staff were nervous about being associated with a potential feud. People were worried about contracts, reputation, and backlash, one insider explained. Some wanted to step away, some wanted to stay loyal. Emotions were high and the tension was thick. Fans online immediately picked up on every social media interaction, interpreting deleted posts, subtle comments, and cryptic emojis as hints of behind-the-scenes conflicts, sparking even more viral discussion. Allegedly, the diss track also had strategic placement of subliminal references. Sources say that Kendrick and Keem reportedly included bars aimed at Drake's creative choices, collaborations, and even business decisions. It's subtle but deliberate, one insider explained. To casual listeners, it might sound like clever wordplay. To those paying attention, it's personal and pointed. Fans online analyzed every line, meme, and reaction, comparing them to Drake's previous interviews, public appearances, and lyrics. Social media was ablaze with speculation, and content creators produced hours of breakdowns trying to connect every subtle clue. The leaked snippets reportedly created an emotional storm among fans. According to insiders, fan reactions ranged from shock to excitement, with debates about loyalty, artistry, and the ethics of diss tracks dominating every platform. Fans were split down the middle, one source revealed. Some were defending Drake. Some were hyped for Kendrick and Keem's audacity. The commentary and fan reactions were nonstop. Reaction videos went viral almost instantly, and fan theories about the next moves were being shared globally, increasing anticipation for the full track. According to sources, the leak also intensified private communications between Drake and his closest collaborators. Legal advisors, managers, and family members were reportedly debating whether to make public statements, ignore the diss, or prepare a musical response. The family was divided, one insider said. Some urged calm, others wanted action. Emotions ran high. It was tense, personal, and professional all at once. Fans speculated endlessly about Drake's next move, dissecting every Instagram story, tweet, and interview for potential hints, making the drama feel like a real-life thriller unfolding online. Meanwhile, Kendrick and Keem allegedly continued to stir the pot, releasing subtle teasers and cryptic posts on social media. Sources claim they knew every snippet would be analyzed, every caption debated, and every fan reaction amplified. They were controlling the narrative, one insider said. Every move, every leak, every teaser was calculated. They wanted to make sure the hype built steadily without losing control. Fans immediately began theorizing about potential collaborations, hidden messages, and secret verses, creating a viral frenzy that spread across YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. The alleged diss reportedly also touched on personal elements of Drake's career, referencing past conflicts, collaborations, and decisions that insiders say only someone closely embedded in the industry would know. It was smart, deliberate, and cut deep, one producer revealed. It was like watching a chess match unfold in real time. Fans online dissected every line, theorized about hidden meanings, and debated whether Drake could or would respond, turning the leak into an obsession that dominated trending topics for days. Insiders allege that Drake's team was preparing a multi-step response, balancing the need for discretion with the risk of letting the diss dominate the narrative. It was a tightrope, one source explained. React too aggressively, and you escalate the feud. Stay silent, and you appear weak. The strategy was being debated constantly behind the scenes. Fans immediately noticed subtle changes in social media behavior, interpreting ambiguous posts as hints that a response might be coming, further feeding the viral firestorm. Finally, sources say the intensity of the leak forced other artists to pick sides, even unofficially. People in the industry were watching closely, an insider said. Some quietly showed support for Kendrick and Keem, others hinted at loyalty to Drake. The drama affected collaborations, studio sessions, and even sponsorship opportunities. Fans online mirrored this tension, debating who was in the right, analyzing social media interactions, and creating content that turned the leak into an entertainment spectacle that felt larger than life. By the time the night rolled in, the situation had reportedly reached a fever pitch. Sources claim that Drake's team had been working nonstop, strategizing responses, reviewing the leaked snippets, and assessing potential fallout. It was an all-hands-on-deck moment, one insider revealed. Lawyers, managers, and publicists were coordinating behind closed doors. Emotions were running high, and every decision felt monumental. There was pressure not just from the diss, but from fans and the media waiting to see what would happen next. Fans online were already in meltdown mode, dissecting every leaked line, speculating on subliminal messages, and theorizing whether Drake would retaliate with music, statements, or complete silence. Allegedly, the diss track included references that caught even longtime collaborators off guard. Sources say that Kendrick and Keem allegedly name-checked artists and producers who had worked with Drake, highlighting studio drama, unreleased verses, and behind-the-scenes disputes. People who have been in the industry for years were shocked, one insider claimed. They weren't sure whether it was playful shade or a direct strike. Emotions ran high. Everyone knew this could ignite a serious feud if it escalated. Fans online were dissecting every bar, comparing it to Drake's lyrics, interviews, and public appearances to identify the hidden targets, sparking endless speculation and viral breakdown videos. Inside the studio, insiders claim that Kendrick and Keem were reportedly feeling a mix of exhilaration and tension. They knew the power of what they had created, a source said. Every verse was deliberate, every subliminal, every double entendre. It was all designed to stir conversation, intrigue, and debate. They were aware it could go viral instantly, and they were fine with it. But there was also a sense of anxiety because once it's out there, there's no taking it back. Fans online noticed cryptic posts, deleted stories, and vague captions, which only fueled the frenzy of speculation about the diss track's full content. According to insiders, Drake's emotional state was reportedly volatile during this period. Sources claim he was simultaneously furious, hurt, and determined to maintain his legacy. He was in the studio, late at night, listening to the snippets, jotting down notes, and thinking about how to respond, one insider revealed. Emotions ran high. His team had to remind him to stay strategic. Every misstep could be amplified, and the stakes were enormous. There was talk of recording a response, but nothing was finalized yet. Fans online quickly interpreted subtle posts and behind-the-scenes videos as potential hints at a musical reply, further amplifying the anticipation and speculation. The leak allegedly sparked internal conflict between Kendrick and Keem as well. Sources say that while publicly aligned, private disagreements arose about how to release content, what lines to emphasize, and how far to push the diss. Keem wanted to release more teasers, drip by drip, one insider said. Kendrick wanted to control the timing carefully. There were heated discussions, even moments when it seemed like the whole strategy could collapse, but they ultimately aligned to maintain maximum impact. Fans analyzed cryptic social media activity, assuming these subtle moves were hints of tension or strategic maneuvering, fueling more speculation and reaction content online. As the story gained traction, insiders claim that other artists in the industry began weighing in quietly, showing loyalty to one side or simply watching the drama unfold. According to one source, some artists sent supportive messages to Kendrick and Keem, praising their courage and lyrical skill. Others quietly checked in with Drake's team, expressing concern and solidarity. Emotions ran high on both sides, and the tension in the industry was palpable. Fans online mirrored this, creating content highlighting the division, interpreting comments, emojis, and posts as indirect messages, and speculating endlessly about potential collaborations, betrayals, and secret alliances. Adding to the drama, sources allege that the diss track's leaked snippets hinted at a deeper, more personal layer. Reports claim that some bars reportedly allude to Drake's personal relationships, behind-the-scenes conflicts, and controversial business moves. It wasn't just lyrical sparring, it was personal, one insider said. The people close to Drake were shocked. Emotions ran high. Some felt it was unfair, some felt it was genius. Either way, it grabbed everyone's attention instantly. Fans online began creating reaction videos, dissecting each line, and debating whether the track crossed a line or was simply an example of expert wordplay and strategy. Allegedly, the escalating tension prompted Drake's team to consider multiple response strategies. According to insiders, discussions ranged from recording a counter diss, issuing a public statement, or maintaining silence to let the hype die down. It was a delicate balance, one source revealed. Reacting too quickly could escalate the situation. Doing nothing could be interpreted as weakness. Emotions ran high on every call, and everyone knew the stakes were enormous. Fans online immediately began speculating on Drake's next move, creating viral content predicting possible scenarios, potential verse breakdowns, and imagined responses. The leak reportedly also caused ripple effects among collaborators who had previously worked with both sides. Sources claim that producers, engineers, and featured artists were anxious about being associated with the drama. People were worried about loyalty, reputation, and public perception, one insider explained. Some wanted to step back, some wanted to stay involved. Emotions ran high, and everyone was feeling the pressure. Fans online amplified the tension, analyzing interactions, subtle posts, and cryptic emojis, interpreting them as secret commentary or insider hints about the ongoing drama. Adding another layer of intrigue, insiders claim that Kendrick and Keem strategically used social media to tease the leak. Sources allege that cryptic captions, behind-the-scenes photos, and subtle hints were shared intentionally to maximize fan engagement. It was masterful, one insider said. They wanted to build hype, control the narrative, and keep people talking without giving everything away. Fans were obsessed, dissecting every post, looking for hidden meanings, and speculating about the full content. Social media exploded with speculation, memes, and reaction videos, turning the diss track saga into a viral global phenomenon. The alleged diss reportedly contained references that only industry insiders would understand, including behind-the-scenes moments, studio conflicts, and unreleased material. People in the know were stunned, one producer revealed. The subtlety, the context, the precision, it was all deliberate. Fans were shocked when they started piecing things together. Emotions ran high, and people debated endlessly about what was real versus what was artistic exaggeration. Fans online created elaborate timelines, analysis videos, and forums dissecting every word, further amplifying the global frenzy. Insiders claim that Drake's camp grew increasingly concerned about the potential long-term effects of the leak. There was fear that it could overshadow upcoming releases, collaborations, or even public appearances, one source said. Emotions ran high. The team debated endlessly about whether to respond, how to manage the narrative, and how to contain potential damage. It was a high-stakes game of strategy. Fans online mirrored this anxiety, discussing hypotheticals, possible retaliation tracks, and imagined confrontations between the artists, fueling the viral momentum. Reports suggest that the leaked diss also reignited old fan rivalries. Some fan bases fiercely defended Drake, while others celebrated Kendrick and Keem's audacity. It was intense, one insider said. Every post, every snippet, every social media reaction fueled debates. Fans were obsessed, dissecting lyrics, analyzing tone, and predicting what would happen next. Emotions ran high, and engagement skyrocketed. Reaction videos, breakdowns, and memes flooded platforms globally, turning the leak into a viral spectacle that kept everyone on edge. Allegedly, private discussions between Kendrick, Keem, and their collaborators revealed both excitement and apprehension. Sources claim that while they were thrilled by the viral impact, there was also concern about escalation. They were aware that if Drake responded aggressively, it could turn into a feud that dominates headlines for months, one insider revealed. Emotions ran high. They wanted to make a statement, but also maintain control of the narrative. Fans speculated endlessly, analyzing every post, cryptic comment, and minor social media interaction for hidden clues. Sources allege that as the leak continued to spread, industry insiders and artists were quietly weighing in, sending messages of support or caution. Some were praising the artistry, others were warning about repercussions, one insider said. Emotions ran high. The situation had people on edge from every angle, legal, professional, and personal. Fans online mirrored that tension, debating alliances, motives, and the potential fallout in viral threads, reaction videos, and TikTok breakdowns. Finally, insiders claim that the leaked diss sparked conversations about the future of Drake's career, the legacy of Kendrick and Keem, and the potential impact on the rap industry as a whole. It was huge, one source said. The tension, the stakes, the artistry, it all combined to create a moment that fans will be talking about for years. Emotions ran high everywhere, and nobody could predict what would happen next. Fans online were glued to every update, dissecting leaks, speculating on possible responses, and debating endlessly, turning the saga into a global viral phenomenon. By the time the leak had fully circulated, the situation had reportedly reached unprecedented levels of intensity. Sources say that Drake's team was operating around the clock, reviewing every snippet, consulting legal advisors, and debating potential moves. It was chaos behind closed doors, one insider revealed. Emotions ran high. People were stressed, angry, and frustrated. Every call, every meeting, every decision felt like it could have massive repercussions. It wasn't just about music. It was about influence, legacy, and respect. Fans online mirrored that tension, analyzing each cryptic social media post, dissecting subtle lyrics, and theorizing about the eventual response. Allegedly, Kendrick and Keem continued to strategically release teasers, creating an online frenzy. Sources claim they understood the power of social media in amplifying the drama, dropping subtle snippets and behind-the-scenes photos that kept fans guessing. Every move was calculated, one producer said. The teasers were designed to provoke discussion, excitement, and speculation without giving everything away. Fans were dissecting every caption, emoji, and studio shot for hidden clues. Online, reaction videos, breakdowns, and heated debates proliferated, turning the leak into an all-encompassing viral phenomenon. Inside the studio, emotions reportedly ran even higher. Sources allege that Kendrick and Keem were experiencing both exhilaration and anxiety, aware that the diss track had the potential to ignite a massive industry feud. They knew they had something monumental, an insider explained. Every bar, every flow, every punchline was intentional, but there was also a fear of escalation. They had to be careful, strategic, and deliberate while still making the track feel raw and authentic. Fans online immediately began dissecting the leaked verses, comparing cadence, tone, and wordplay to previous releases, speculating on hidden meanings aimed directly at Drake. Insiders also claim that Drake was experiencing intense pressure during this period. Sources say he was torn between responding with music, issuing a statement, or staying silent to avoid feeding the hype. Emotions ran high, one insider revealed. He was angry, frustrated, and determined to protect his legacy. Every team member had advice, but there was no consensus. It was a high-stakes situation where any misstep could be amplified, and he felt the weight of the entire industry watching him. Fans immediately jumped on every public interaction, reading between the lines of social media stories, interviews, and cryptic posts, turning speculation into a global obsession. The alleged diss track reportedly caused rifts between Kendrick and Keem as well. Sources claim that while publicly united, private disagreements arose about the timing and strategy of leaks. Keem wanted to drop more teasers immediately, one insider said. Kendrick wanted to control the narrative carefully. There were heated discussions and moments of tension, but ultimately, they aligned to maximize impact. They were committed to delivering a track that would be unforgettable. Fans noticed cryptic posts, deleted content, and ambiguous social media activity, speculating endlessly about potential conflict behind the scenes. Meanwhile, insiders allege that other artists in the industry were quietly reacting. Some reportedly sent messages of support to Kendrick and Keem, praising their lyrical skill and boldness, while others contacted Drake's camp, expressing concern and solidarity. Emotions ran high across the board, one source explained. Everyone knew this had the potential to change the landscape of the rap game. People were watching, analyzing, and strategizing behind the scenes. Fans online mirrored this, debating allegiances, potential alliances, and the future implications for both sides, creating a frenzy of viral content that dominated social media. Adding more intrigue, sources claim the diss track included extremely personal references, touching on Drake's career decisions, collaborations, and even rumors about personal relationships. It was precise, cutting, and incredibly detailed, one insider revealed. The track wasn't just about wordplay, it was personal, strategic, and designed to spark conversation. Emotions ran high on every side. Fans online immediately began creating reaction videos, live streams, and threads analyzing every lyric, searching for hidden meanings, and speculating about Drake's potential response. Allegedly, Drake's team began developing a multi-tiered strategy to handle the situation. Sources claim that discussions ranged from recording a counterdiss, issuing a public statement, or staying silent to let the frenzy die down. It was a delicate balance, one insider said. React too aggressively and it escalates. React too passively and it could appear weak. Emotions ran high. Every decision was weighed for potential fallout, and everyone felt the stakes were enormous. Fans online immediately speculated on Drake's next move, creating viral content predicting scenarios, possible responses, and imagined confrontations between the artists. Reports suggest that the leaked diss track also affected collaborators who had previously worked with both sides. Engineers, producers, and featured artists were reportedly anxious about public perception, loyalty, and association with the drama. People were stressed, one source said. Some wanted to step back, some wanted to stay loyal. Emotions ran high and everyone felt the pressure. Fans online mirrored this, analyzing every subtle social media interaction, deleted story, or cryptic post as potential insider information about allegiances or conflicts. Adding a new layer of speculation, insiders claim that Kendrick and Keem were subtly hinting at a larger reveal, keeping fans on edge. The teasers, cryptic posts, and snippets were all calculated, one producer said. They wanted to generate maximum hype while keeping the full track under wraps. Fans were obsessed, dissecting every detail, searching for hidden meanings, and speculating about the full diss. Social media exploded with fan theories, breakdown videos, and endless speculation, turning the saga into a viral, global conversation. Allegedly, the leaked track reportedly included nuanced references only insiders would understand, highlighting past studio moments, unreleased material, and previously unknown conflicts. People who know the industry were stunned, a source revealed. The precision, subtlety, and context made it clear this was intentional. Fans were shocked when they started piecing together the connections. Emotions ran high everywhere. Fans online responded with extensive analyses, timelines, and videos attempting to connect every reference, further driving the viral phenomenon. Sources say that Drake's team reportedly became increasingly concerned about the long-term implications of the diss. They feared it could overshadow upcoming releases, collaborations, or public appearances, one insider said. Emotions ran high. Discussions about strategy, messaging, and damage control were nonstop. It was a tense, high-stakes situation that affected every layer of his team. Fans online mirrored this anxiety, debating hypotheticals, imagining potential retaliation, and speculating endlessly about the unfolding drama. The leak reportedly reignited fan rivalries on a massive scale. Some defended Drake vehemently, while others celebrated Kendrick and Keem's audacity. It was intense, one insider said. Arguments, memes, reactions, and commentary were nonstop. Fans were dissecting lyrics, analyzing delivery, and predicting next moves. Emotions ran high, and engagement across platforms skyrocketed. Reaction videos, TikTok breakdowns, and YouTube discussions flourished, turning the leak into a cultural moment that had everyone glued to the story. Sources claim that Kendrick and Keem allegedly maintained excitement, but also apprehension about the reaction. They were aware that a strong response from Drake could escalate the situation into a full-blown feud, one insider explained. Emotions ran high. They wanted to make a bold statement, but also keep the narrative under control. Fans online dissected every post, emoji, and ambiguous comment for hidden clues, further fueling the frenzy of speculation and viral coverage. Allegedly, artists in the industry quietly weighed in, sending messages of support or warning about potential consequences. Some praised the artistry, one insider said. Others cautioned about escalation. Emotions ran high. Everyone was aware of the stakes, professionally and personally. Fans online mirrored the tension, debating motives, alliances, and possible outcomes, creating viral content that kept the story trending across all platforms. Finally, insiders claim that the leaked diss sparked long-term conversations about the influence, strategy, and legacy of all parties involved. It was a massive moment, one source said. The tension, drama, and artistry combined to create a scenario that fans would talk about for years. Emotions ran high everywhere, and the potential for escalation made it impossible to predict what would happen next. Fans globally remained glued to updates, analyzing leaks, reaction videos, and social media interactions, turning the saga into a viral, ongoing phenomenon that dominated conversations far beyond just music. So here's where things stand, and honestly, it's hard to even keep up. The leaked Kendrick and Baby Keem diss track has shaken the entire rap world, and fans everywhere are still trying to piece together what's real, what's personal, and what might be exaggerated for shock value. Emotions ran high across the industry. Drake's team scrambling to respond, Kendrick and Keem riding the viral wave, and fans divided, debating loyalties, deciphering subliminals, and creating content like never before. Every post, every snippet, every cryptic comment seems to add fuel to the fire, and the truth is, nobody knows exactly how this will play out. What we do know is that this isn't just a story about a song, it's about power, influence, and legacy. Allegedly, every line in that track was calculated, every punch deliberate, and every reaction intentional. Drake's next move could redefine his career trajectory. Will he strike back with a track that changes the game? Will he stay silent and let Kendrick and Keem control the narrative? Or will there be some kind of behind-the-scenes resolution that fans don't even see? The possibilities are endless, and the internet is buzzing with theories, predictions, and debates that just won't die down. Now it's over to you. What do you think about this alleged diss track? Are Kendrick and Keem justified in their bold move, or is Drake being unfairly attacked? Could this spark one of the biggest feuds in modern rap history? We want to hear your thoughts. Drop your reactions in the comments below and tell us who you think has the upper hand. And don't forget to hit that like button if you're as shocked as we are, and subscribe so you never miss breaking stories, leaks, and insider drama straight from the heart of the music world. The saga is far from over, and trust us, things are only going to get wilder from here. Keep your notifications on because the next twist could drop at any moment, and when it does, you're going to want to be the first to know. This story has fans arguing, analysts speculating, and the rap community holding its breath. And now it's your turn to weigh in. Don't miss out. Weigh in. Don't miss out.